The Most Elite, by Eric Thayer, Bloomberg, Getty Images. Since Donald Trump entered office 190 years ago, the one thing that's consistently brought him joy in a job he clearly hates is the campaign-style rallies he's continued to hold despite already being president. Whether in Louisville, Pensacola, Duluth, or West Columbia, Trump has relished the opportunity to go off-script in the sort of unhinged rants he just knows his base loves. Some of his favorite topics have included shutting down the government if he doesn't get his wall, pardoning an Arizona sheriff who engaged in racial profiling and imprisonment of Latinos, fake news, James Comey, crowd sizes, the results of the 2016 election, and all the fabulous parties he was invited to in the 1980s. Another well-loved subject, derisively describing his critics as elites, as he frequently did during those happy days on the campaign trail. To be clear, as New York's Jonathan Chait notes, these people don't refer to themselves as elites. But on Wednesday night, in the depths of his Twitter-addled brain, the president decided that's exactly what was happening, and he wasn't going to take it anymore. "I hate it," Trump moaned to the crowd in North Dakota. "I meet these people, they call them the elite, these people. I look at them, I say, that's elite. We got more money, we got more brains, we got better houses, apartments, we got nicer boats, we're smarter than they are, and they say they're elite. We're the elite. You're the elite. We're the elite," and he wasn't even finished. "So I said the other day, let's keep calling these people, and let's face it, they've been stone-cold losers, the elite, so let them keep calling themselves the elite," he continued. "But we're going to call ourselves, and remember you work harder, but you are indeed smarter than them, let's call ourselves from now on the super elite. We're the super elite." https://twitter.com/josh.them/status/1012144186802438146. Of course, this isn't the first time Trump has complained about not being described as elite. They always call the other side the elite. Why are they elite? "I have a much better apartment than they do. I'm smarter than they are. I'm richer than they are. I became president and they didn't," he wondered aloud in Minnesota last week, but it is the first time he's claimed his supporters should be described the same way. Which is sort of a strange way to talk about people who, less than a year and a half ago, we were told were voting for him because they were economically insecure, not to mention America's forgotten men and women. But hey, what the president says goes. And that's Mr. President Super Elite to you. If you would like to receive the Levin Report in your inbox daily, click here to subscribe. Sentient Tantrum might actually get his military parade. Shockingly, not everyone is enthused about the idea. 4 months after President Donald Trump directed the Defense Department to organize a military parade, planning is just beginning but no budget has been assigned yet. Pentagon officials told NBC News that they will be able to pull off the extravaganza, but the lack of momentum is notable, and possibly indicative of low enthusiasm for the event outside the Oval Office. Even some White House officials are uninterested in planning the parade and are dragging their feet, according to a senior administration official. But in the last week or so, the event has gotten some attention. Officials have now recommended that the route begin at the Capitol, pass the White House and end at the National Mall, and the date has moved up a day to November 10, from November 11. A Joint Chiefs of Staff team is drafting a planning order for U.S. Northern Command, which will then dig into the specifics. Trump, you may recall, got the idea for the spectacle while watching France's Bastille Day parade last year, and has been obsessed with the idea of a parade in his honor ever since. His White House budget director, Mick Mulvaney, has estimated the cost will come in somewhere between $10 million and $30 million, though like a lavish Sweet 16 thrown for a spoiled teen, you can't really put a price on making President Veruca Salt happy. Remember the Equifax scandal? It might seem like it was years ago, but in fact it was only last September that the Consumer Credit Reporting Agency admitted it had allowed hackers to abscond with nearly half of America's most sensitive data. At the time, there were questions about some extremely well-timed trades by the company's chief financial officer, president of Workforce Solutions, and president of U.S. Information Solutions. And it turns out they weren't the only ones who profited as a result of the colossal F-Cup. The Department of Justice and Securities and Exchange Commission charged a former Equifax software engineering manager with insider trading prior to the disclosure that the company had suffered a massive cybersecurity breach. Sudhakar Reddy Banthu agreed to settle civil charges with the SEC. Return gains he made through trades that the commission alleges were illegal, according to a release today by the agency announcing the enforcement action. Prosecutors say Banthu, who helped set up a website for consumers affected by the breach before it had been announced, used his wife's brokerage account to make the sophisticated trades using that information. Prosecutors say Banthu, who was told the website was intended for an unidentified potential client, told a coworker that he had figured out that Equifax had been hacked while creating the site. The SEC says Banthu bought options before the breach became public and sold them for a profit of more than $75,000. It's come to this, Arnold Schwarzenegger is making sense, so President Trump, I know you really want to be an action hero, right? Schwarzenegger says in a 3-minute video mocking Trump's obsession with reviving the coal industry. So take it from the Terminator, you're only supposed to go back in time to protect future generations. But your administration attempts to go back in time to rescue the coal industry, which is actually a threat to future generations. It is foolish to bring back laughable, outdated technology to suit your political agenda. I mean, what are you going to bring back next? Floppy disks, fax machines, Beanie Babies, beepers, or Blockbuster? Think about it. What if you tried to save Blockbuster elsewhere? Bridgewater plans to become a partnership as Ray Dalio takes a step back. Dealbook. Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley must keep capital return plans unchanged after Fed stress test blunder. CNBC. Bird CEO explains why his scooter startup needed $300 million. Bloomberg. Amazon buys online pharmacy pill pack for $1 billion. WSJ. The consultants are eating Madison Avenue's lunch. Bloomberg. Paying the president. ProPublica. Prisonville, Texas, hopes to reboot its economy on the back of Trump's immigration crackdown. Bloomberg. These Trump staffers, including an ex-NRA lobbyist, left their financial disclosure forms blank. ProPublica. Private equity is pouring money into a dental empire. Bloomberg. Jack Dorsey just blew up Twitter's company structure to prepare it for the next decade. CNBC. Done hiding their shameful secret, pickle juice drinkers go public. WSJ.